everyone, and today we have a reading for you about somebody who is never satisfied. It doesn't matter how many, I don't know, plots of land or expensive shoes or boats or cars that they own or acquire, they still want more. We have the Chariot from the Magicians, Martyrs, and Madmen card with Pedro de Alvarado on the card. And I'm just going to say this could apply to a situation that is political, but I avoid politics on my channel. So the other interpretation here is more of like a battle in a divorce situation. So I'm not going to apply it to the political. If you see it that way, that's cool. But I do feel like this could be somebody who feels like they deserve everything from a person. Alvarado was a Spanish conquistador who explored and conquered most of Central America. He often demanded tribute from indigenous peoples and then brutally them when they refused to pay. Whenever he heard of a newly discovered territory that he had not yet been conquered for the Spanish crown, he set off to claim it for himself, subduing the existing population with merciless brutality. He did not seem to be satisfied with settling down to rule his various colonial possessions. In the modern era, ironically, he was not killed in battle, but murió when his horse became spooked and trampled him. I don't know which words YouTube hates, so I'm trying to avoid them. In the modern era, it was the equivalent of a panzer commander being run over by his own tank. So the chariot represents war, triumph, vengeance, and trouble. It can signify armed combat, but more likely will indicate an argument or legal dispute. So that legal dispute, that's why I'm tying this more to a divorce situation where someone feels like however those assets are divided, it needs to be like more to me and less to you because this person is never satisfied. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Gracie. I hope you're doing well. Let me write that down real quick. Why no reply? I've added that for you. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and if you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com, and you can find that in the description box along with more information on how to become a member. In approximately 5 hours, we will have a members only live stream, so feel free to join for that. You would want to make sure you're in the stars or the towers in order to be able to join that. And in the description box, you can also find a link to my Etsy page if you are interested in a homemade soy candle. Hello, Mr. F, how you doing? No. Hey, I don't know what that is, but I'm putting you in a little timeout. Chris, if you could make sure that you are commenting in English, I need to be able to understand what you're saying so that I know if it will be a problem for YouTube, please. Yeah, like I said, you can apply it to politics if you want. I will not be because it also has the interpretation of legal dispute. I will be sticking to that because I do not like to discuss politics on my channel. So please keep that in mind. I will delete comments that are about politics. All right, this is the Edgar Allan Poe. Let's see what else we have for you. So, hello, James. How are you doing? Gracie, the thing is, there are times where tarot or your spirit guide will straight up refuse to give you a definite answer. Either because a definite answer is not possible because of the variations or the free will applied to that situation, or because you are meant to discover that answer on your own. You can, go for hours trying to ask the same question, and sometimes it just doesn't give you an answer because you're not meant to get that answer. You are meant to learn that answer over time or see how things play out. So you have to keep in mind that there is that like percentage of the time where your spirit guides are gonna be like, nope, I ain't telling you. I don't think so. It's like if you buy a package of, what are they called? Dum-dums? Those like little suckers. They have a mystery flavor. Tarot has a mystery flavor. Sometimes you know what the flavor is. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is a cherry. This is strawberry. Cool. That mystery flavor is a good analogy for every once in a while, spirit guides are just like, nope, you're going to have to wait. You'll have to wait until Christmas morning to figure that one out. Hey, three sides. Let's make sure we're not judging anybody's practices here, okay? If you have religious beliefs, I'm happy for you. But if you're going to try to recruit or be judgmental, I will block you from my channel, okay? What else do we have? Seven of Cups and the Two of Swords in the reverse. So this is a person who is convinced that everything is for the taking, or everything is for sale, or everything should be mine. I should be able to take it. With the Two of Swords in the reverse, to them, it's like this should be very clear. So it feels to me like we have a legal dispute where the individual who is, you know, kind of coming in hot, like this is how it is, this is how it's going to be, may feel like they paid for everything, or these items were only acquired because of me, right? I paid for all of that. You just stayed home and watched the kids. Or that came, you know, into existence because I decided to go purchase it. So therefore you get nothing. But it is myopic. We have someone who is not taking into consideration all of the facts or all of the details. You are correct, James. Hello, Oliver. How are you doing? When I think of Cincinnati, I think of chili. I used to go there for work quite often, and have a special love for it. So I'm glad you're from Cincinnati, and I hope you've got some nice weather today. Five of Wands in the reverse and the Six of Wands in the reverse. There is an ego here, to be sure, and somebody who feels infallible, or, you know, I'm always right, or if you look at the facts, then, you know, you'll see that I am right. But there's this unknown quotient, or there is additional information beyond what they're looking at. It's like, I want to look at this information here and ignore all of this other stuff because it makes my argument weak. So we have a person who feels like they can misrepresent or influence other people's opinion. And with that Six of Wands being in the reverse, they're wrong. So what they feel everyone should see or believe is considered to be wrong, or a bad interpretation. So with the Wheel of Fortune being in the reverse, Judgment in the reverse, this legal dispute does not go in their favor. I feel entitled to that. That should be mine. Or how can you not see that this is the right choice? So we have anger. I know that I deserve that. I know that that is mine. How dare you go against me? They're mad. So if this is in fact a divorce, this would be somebody who would be like appealing, or going back to the court to say, I think you need to look at this again, like check the numbers, because you want me to be sharing something that I think is totally mine. Or, you know, I don't think I should have to pay that alimony. I don't think I should have to pay that child custody. I don't think I should have to sell the cabin, you know? But they aren't taking into consideration some of the more nuanced details or facts, and they're being a bit heartless. Hello, Manpreet. How are you doing? Hello, Carrie. Hello, Callan. What's up? Hello, BB. What's up? Manpreet, I do personal questions after the general, and if you would like to be added to the list, you can put your question or your request in a super chat, or you can gift a membership to somebody else. Thank you for helping, Gracie. The Fool and the Two of Pentacles. I don't think it should be fair. I don't think it should be equitable. I don't think that person should get anything. I think I should get everything. Some people get really contentious when a marriage is ending and they feel the only thing that would make them feel like they won is if they take all the loot, right? You get nothing because you left me. Hello, Con. How are you doing? I think I remember you. I hope you're doing well. So we have the Two of Cups and the Chariot again. I feel this is somebody who keeps going back to the court or intends to return to the court. Like, give me a different judge. Someone else will see it my way. But I don't think you should get what you want. I think I should get everything. It's very me, right? And material possessions are not everything. But this is someone who feels like they need to like dig in their heels and find a way to make their ex regret how things have gone. Hello, Chosen One. How are you doing? Did I miss Carrie? I hope I said hello. If not, hello, Carrie. Oh, thank you for the floating heart. I appreciate that. Queen of Wands. Eight of Swords in the reverse. This could even be somebody who feels confident enough to defend themselves or state their own case in that court situation. This is someone who feels very confident that they are right, that they made the right decision, that they worked out the numbers appropriately, and you don't get anything. I get everything. There's no compromise here. But they're wrong. There's no one here who's like siding with them. So another card that makes it look like we got a divorce, right? That's Justice and the Ace of Cups. So we need to make a decision regarding how to move forward now that this romantic situation is no longer romantic. Now that we are going to be solo. We go from the Two of Cups to the Ace of Cups. And they're only thinking about their own cup. It's fine if you are left destitute and sad. That's how you should be because you decided to end the relationship. That's their perspective. I'm like so happy right now because in the like last hour or so, I set up some shelves so that I can actually organize the cards to my left. And it looks so nice and clean. I'm like hesitating to even like move any of them. But I do really want the Japanese cards. Hold on, can I remember the name? Ooh, I think it's Yoshitaka Amano. Yoshitaka Amano. There we go. Okie dokie. And for those of you that like to game, I believe that is the artist for Final Fantasy. I think I have that right. Yeah, BB, you're on your last comment. And then I'm gonna time you out. All right. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. We like to make sure that the live chat is purposeful and generally positive, right? Sometimes there's sad things. We got to deal with those too, but just for spam, I don't think so, okay? Temperance and the moon. I see an attempt to try to like pick out the judge that I want. Can I find someone who will see things my way? The thing is, there is hubris here. This pride and this, I can only see things from my own perspective. It limits them from being as intelligent as they could be. If you really want to understand the world, you have to be able to view it from more than one perspective. If you only think about how things impact or, you know, work for you, you leave a lot on the table in terms of growth and discovery and understanding. Oh, I hope it goes better than expected for you, Melissa. What else do we have? So there continues to be a duality here where everyone else seems to believe you should get some and you should get some. There should be a division here. Maybe it's not 50-50, but it's not going to be you get everything and they get nothing. 8 of Cups, 4 of Swords, King of Pentacles, and the 3 of Swords. Yeah, it's like almost abusing the courts. I just keep going back and trying to get more because I'm not satisfied. I don't want to split things equally. I want everything for myself. Who do I have to pay around here to get everything? Who do I have to bribe in order to get the response that I want? Because yes, there's greed, but it's almost like it's less about the actual items. For this, it's less about the materialism. It's more about, I don't want you to have it. Everything for me, nothing for you. I don't know what it is that I am taking. You know, maybe it's your painting supplies and I don't paint, but I bought it, so I'm going to keep it. More about depriving you of what you had or wanted, and if that means that I have more or I get to, like, you know, make money off of it because I sell it, then that's cool, but I just don't want you to have anything. That's their sentiment. 9 of Wands in the reverse and the Hermit in the reverse. There is, if you remember at the beginning with Alvarado, there was, like if you had stopped waging war and trying to get more, then maybe you wouldn't have been trampled by your own horse. This is someone who could end up getting an unfavorable, unexpected, like slap on the wrist or a fine for not taking the decision seriously that has already been decided within the court. Like, we already reviewed this. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean that you can come back and keep, you know, going back to the same well. Thank you, Gracie. What did Jay do with the letters? I've added that for you. And just to let you know, I don't like to use a tarot deck for the personal questions if I've already used it for the general. But the next time that we're on a live stream and I do questions for you, I will use the Japanese deck. I'll save it for you. It did feel real appropriate for this energy, though. So we have the King of Cups, Don't you just love that art? Like, I feel like I could look at it for a long time and still be able to discover new things. This King of Cups is the person who is like basically facing off against the King of Pentacles. So we have someone who is materialistic or very like me with this King of Pentacles energy. And the King of Cups would be somebody who's more balanced and calm and can stay a little bit more, I don't know, there's a maturity here. And the courts are siding on the behalf of the King of Cups. Like, this person is more reasonable. Now, I'm not going to be able to tell you exactly where in the Bible this is, but there is somewhere in the Bible a story about two women who both claim to be the mother of a child. And at some point, was it Herod? At some point, a king is asked to decide who gets to be the mother of this child. Okay, fine. I'm going to cut the baby in half and you can each have half of the baby. That doesn't really work. And one of them said, no, please don't hurt the baby. Let the other person take them. And then the decision was made to let that mother, who cared more about the baby than actually like winning, you get to be the mom. This is like, okay, if you're going to go crazy over, you know, demanding something and it's only about causing issues or you don't seem to care about other people, then you do not get to keep it, right? Yes. Hello, Jamike. No worries, Gracie. So we have the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Wands. I believe there are stern words directed at the King of Pentacles. You are unable to move forward because you are obsessed with trying to make things difficult for someone else. It's important for you to look at the bigger picture and not be so determined to make things bad for that other person, or not be so fixated on somebody losing those things, right? Ace of Swords, Four of Wands, Three of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. So there is a lie, or there is like obfuscation, hiding information, trying to make the other person look bad, maybe even lying about their own motivations. But this King of Pentacles is not as crafty as they think they are. They feel like they should have everything, but the more they interact with the court, the more the judge seems to feel like, I don't like you. You're not right. Three of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. We keep telling you that the answer is things are going to be divided in half, or this person that you're divorcing is entitled to something. And you seem to only want to hear the answer that this person gets nothing. And that's not how it's going to go. Hello, Burton. I hope you're having a good day. Where does my connection with Victoria go from here? Go from here. I've added that for you. Thank you, Burton. Let's see what else we have. This is Under the Oak. And by the way, I mentioned it on the last stream, but as I approach 25,000 subscribers, I want to make sure that I do something to show my gratitude to all of you for making this a possibility for me. I love being on this channel, and I love the collective that we're building. So I'm zeroing in on doing a live stream where I do free questions for people. I cannot guarantee that I will do everybody's questions. I will still have some discernment with that, but I do want to give back. And beyond that, I also might do another non-reading video where I talk about all of the cards that I have, because I think at this point I have about double what I had when I did the last one. So then you all know what cards I have. I could make a list, but that's a lot less fun. All right, we have the Lovers. There's loving energy from this King of Cups. King of Cups doesn't have to be a man, and the King of Pentacles doesn't have to be a man. But we've got, with the King of Cups, a sense of, like, deeper sense of maturity and, like, live and let live. I'm not trying to ruin things for you, and it would be really nice if you could stop trying to ruin it for me. Aw, thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. Yes, you are an OG. So we've got a defensive energy protecting this King of Cups. I know that this is difficult. I know that you're getting, you know, exhausted dealing with this vengeful individual, but there are protective energies around you, making sure that you still have something moving forward. You shouldn't have to be without, right? So we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. This desire to see you bereft of everything, or feeling like you have nothing and you have to do everything yourself. It's not like sanctioned. It's not approved by the universe. So the King of Pentacles is going to continue to get rejected. What else do we have? Seven of Cups, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Hanged Man in the reverse. Their stubbornness may even irritate the governing body or the, you know, judge who makes the decision to start reconsidering a less favorable decision for this King of Pentacles. Like, you know, I was going to suggest like 60-40 or 70-30 because I appreciate your arguments. But because you keep whining about it, because you keep trying to like harm this other person, I'm starting to think you deserve nothing. So like, come at me, bro. You want to keep fighting this fight? That's fine, but you're wasting my time. And if you keep doing that, then I'm going to make it less fun for you because you're being unreasonable towards this other person. Page of Cups in the reverse. The Hierophant in the reverse. It's sad enough when the marriage ends, or it's sad enough when that connection has ended and you have to carve out a new existence. Let's not be cruel about it, right? Allow this individual to move forward and build something new, right? Yeah, Melissa, I would take heed what Carrie is saying. Not everything here is going to resonate for your situation, and that's fine. Take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? So with the Hierophant in the reverse, this King of Pentacles is basically getting a little bit of a talking to from the judge. You're doing too much, you're expecting too much, and it's not a good look to wish ill upon others. I understand that it may feel raw, that it may feel upsetting to you, that this is how things are going, but you don't even need 3 cars. You can only be in one at a time. Allow that person to move forward on their own, and let's call it a day. Let's begin the process of healing and no longer be at war, right? Hello, Mac. How are you doing? Hello, Albert. How is Washington State doing? Knight of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. So there is a warning issued telling this King of Pentacles to like chill. It's unreasonable to try to take everything for yourself. I keep getting this reference like Two of Pentacles and that Two of Cups, the Temperance card, that there is meant to be a fair division here. It's not going to favor the King of Pentacles and, you know, exclude the King of Cups. That's just not how it's going to go. The universe doesn't want it to go that way. All right, this is the Path of Shadows. Hello, Vaccinator. What's up? Well, you picked the bad habit one. It has coffee, leather, and tobacco. It took me a second, but I got there. And I did ship it yesterday. So I would guess you'll get it maybe Thursday, but very much so looking forward to hearing whether or not you like it. And there are 4 other scents beyond that one if you decide you want to get another one. And look at the bottom of the package. There's a little note for you. There's a note inside too. I sent a little thank you note with everyone who purchases a candle, but yeah, I wrote one on the outside of the box too, just in case anybody else needed to be reminded who won. Oh, you just said it and you hope it's Thursday. Fingers crossed. I like to ship those out as soon as I possibly can. All right. So we have skeleton, a curse of bones, time, and dust, things that were never meant to last. This relationship was not meant to last. There is an incompatibility between these two. However, there is still much that was learned, hopefully on both sides, perhaps more so on the King of Cups than the King of Pentacles. They seem a little bit blinded by frustration or rejection right now. But this is an opportunity to take what you can in terms of lessons and move forward. And I feel like whoever is this judge, they're realizing that the King of Cups is more invested in that than the King of Pentacles. Let me show you. So oldest in terms of the very first one that I got would be the Green Witch Tarot. You can kind of tell because it's like folding up, but I rarely use this for you all because it's like kind of special to me. Yes, Tiana knows. However, like the oldest in terms of like when it was printed is inevitably not that one. It may still be in a box right now. I'm doing like one new one a day. You know, maybe picked up a few on my time off. It's okay. Trying to think what would be the oldest one out right now. Ooh. Okay, so I think the oldest one is over there, to be honest. But some of these are out of print. I might have to do a little bit of digging and tell you on the next live stream. And you're welcome, Vaccinator. You have a great day as well. Hello, King Angel. How are you doing? You can tell how much I love these cards, right? Don't give me credit for that. I'm not that cool. But okay, one second. So I do plan on doing like a little unboxing for this one, but I think this would be one of the oldest ones that I have. I'm nervous about this one. I don't know where I'm going to put it in my desk. Look at how big these cards are. Look at, it's like they hand wrote on them. So you're getting a sneak peek because Gracie asked that question. Everybody thank Gracie. And I will do an unboxing on that one. But yeah, I think that's the oldest one. Isn't it cool? I've been kind of saving it because I'm really excited about that one. It's so pretty. And I really don't know where to keep it. Because, you know, like the rest of the cards are like this size and that one's like we'll figure it out. I just added more shelves to my setup here and I think I need to order another set of shelves. All right. More from the Path of Shadows, and then I need to dive into those personal questions. So we have Mask and the Mystic Swamp. Duality. I keep telling you, it's about splitting, right? Duality, protection, and caution. You are protected. And Mystic Swamp, deep, dark waters, your reflection you can't see. You won't find yourself if you don't go deep. Wealth is more than coin. Wealth is more than numbers in your bank account or your 401k or the value of your house or your car. Wealth is a concept that also, in my opinion, includes things like health and happiness. Do you have an appreciation for the little things in your life? Do you have an ability to be a sponge and learn what you can from situations? This King of Pentacles who is hoarding things doesn't get it, right? So there is this nudge. I don't think it's very subtle, but there is a nudge from the spirit world or from the judge in this case. Like, hey, maybe you should like learn a little bit and ease up a little bit, forgive yourself, forgive other people, because you're losing sight of what's real or what's important, right? I like that. All right, we're going to dive into those personal questions. So for Gracie, this is the Egyptian Tarot. Why has there been no reply from Stains? I feel like this is saying, because the timing is off. If we were to try something now, or if we were to pursue something now, it would be a failure. So it's like you have sent this message and it has, you know, opened that door, but that door needs to remain open for a little while. So he's ruminating, take some time. And you also need to take some time and work on the healing that you need, the letting go of the past, the forgiving of Jay, for example. I think Stains is relatively intelligent and patient. If we are meant to be in a long-term relationship, we will be. But if we were to start right now, you still have too many ties to the past that would hamper our ability to build a strong connection. So timing is everything. So I don't think you're going to hear much. It's like, I need to see that there is a change. I need to know that you are not just looking at me as someone to distract you from your pain. I am more than that. So take time for you. Do not seek out companionship when solitary reflection is required for that companionship to have a little bit more meaning, right? Oh, good luck with the massage, Tiana. Hello, Aloysia. I hope you're having a good day. Feel free to put your question in a super chat if you would like me to answer it for you. So I don't feel like this is meant to be insulting. I think this is just somebody who is looking to avoid the drama and wanting to be intentional with their energy. And what did Jay do with the letters from Gracie? What did Jay do with the letters from Gracie? Commit them to memory. I don't think he kept them. If he kept, he might have kept one or two, but I don't think he kept everything. And it's like, I need to let go of that energy that makes me feel some type of way. But it's like, I have certain things committed to memory. Hello, Pat. Thank you for the flower. Hello, Lee. Thank you for the tip. I think that's probably the right thing to do, Lee. Will it go in my favor? Yeah, I think that's the right way to go. We'll see what the cards say, because my opinion may differ from the spirit guides, but yeah, I've added that for you, Lee. Thank you. Anything else regarding the letters, please? The Chariot. So we have a desire to move forward. I can hold on to the memories without actually holding on to them in like reality. So still an appreciation, but I do feel like they've been tossed out, at least most of them. Let's see what we've got for Burton. This is the Weird Cat Tarot. What does my connection, or where does my connection with Victoria go from here? Where does the connection between Burton and Victoria go from here? So we have the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords in the reverse. Four of Cups and the Knight of Cups in the reverse. There is an empty cup here. There is a... It's like I'm pushing everyone away. I don't feel like this is exclusive to you. Like, I don't feel like you have upset Victoria. I feel like Victoria is upset in general. So it's like if I had gone through a breakup and then you tried to pursue a relationship the day after, it would be like, give me some space here, okay? Like, I'm still like letting go of the other thing that happened. So this is like, basically it takes time for someone to recover from feeling anxious and vulnerable with this current situation or the most recent situation. So even though the Four of Cups is in the reverse and the Four of Cups and the upright means rejection, this is like, I'm not even considering anything. I'm not going to look at the facts. I'm not going to think about what you look like or how you smell or whatever. I just don't have any interest in anybody. It's like there's no consideration. So with the Knight of Cups in the reverse, it's because there is frustration or even grief or depression. I can't handle trying to pursue anything romantic until I get through the emotional difficulty that I'm facing right now. So the future depends on being able to address those mourning or like grieving type emotions and clearing that out so that then I can like face the world with like a smile on my face. So patience, timing, offering to be a good friend with no motivations, right? If you offer to be a shoulder to cry on or to be a friend, but then you try to pursue something, it will harm your chances hugely. Patience, patience, patience. I don't know, was it somebody who passed away? With that Judgment card, I feel like this is saying, once I get through these kind of like gnarly emotions and I can process that, then I can actually consider like moving forward and like maybe dating someone. But at this point, I've got too much emotionally going on. I'm keeping everyone at a distance. So you can choose to, you know, do little things here and there, like, hey, can I make you like, you know, some carrot cake or something? Can I make you some biscuits and gravy? But it needs to be platonic. Is there a desire after that? Yes, there's a possibility once that period of time is done that there is like chemistry here. So there's a path where you two end up together, but it has to be in the right time frame and the right frame of mind. So currently, like over the next several weeks, it's like be a good friend, but also respect the space that Victoria needs at this time. All right, let's see. Good luck to you, Burton, and I'm sending healing towards Victoria. You're welcome, Carrie. So for Lee, we have a violation filed on the ex, on Chris. Will it go in Lee's favor? You're welcome, Burton. Not initially. I don't know if this means they ask for more information or they need proof of something, but I feel like it's also like a step in the right direction. So it's like, the way that I'm seeing this is like you were playing Jenga, right? When you get towards the end of the game, you remove a tile or whatever you want to call it, a plank of wood, and sometimes it starts looking like it's going to fall, but it hasn't. This is causing the foundation to be weak. So while this violation may not get you exactly what you want, it is a big step towards that decision. 5 of Skins or 5 of Wands in the reverse. It causes someone to really look at what's going on. And I feel like there is another mistake made by him in the near future. Queen of Wands in the reverse, King of Wands. Because see, when you file the violation, guess who gets really mad about it? And in that anger, bad decisions are made. So then it's like only a matter of time before those decisions end up resulting in another violation. So what I see is that it's like you hit the battleship, but you don't sink the battleship. You know what I mean? Keep the faith because you are getting closer to what you should have. But it requires more effort than it should. But it is a step in the right direction. Anything else that Lee needs to know, please? His anger is his own worst enemy, just like with Pedro de Alvarado, the guy from the beginning. He is his own worst enemy. And in trying to lash out towards you, the way he chooses to do that, it only adds to your strength or your ability to get the outcome that you should be getting from this. So it takes a little bit longer, but it is a step in the right direction. You're welcome, Gracie. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and thank you for hyping if you're able to. I'll see you on the next reading. Toodles.